fuck it.
Awesome. Yeah. And how did you pay for your card? Your credit card?
Yes, my debit card.
Your debit card? Yeah. You who's in the bank?
Key bank.
KeyBank? Yeah. Okay. And what vehicle were you
That one.
in? The Nissan?
Yep.
And
And
the,
it's got smashed.
I was there for that, so I don't know. Is it pretty banged up?
Yeah, it's banged up. It's really uncalled for. I was just sitting there.
Okay.
You know.
I'm sorry that happened to you. I know that that's stressful.
Yeah, I still owe like 15 grand on it.
Cody doesn't seem to realize that he has much, much bigger problems than the fact that his car was damaged when law enforcement arrested him. His impatience and aggression are a cornerstone of his interrogation, which leads detectives to wonder, how volatile is he when there aren't cops and cameras around? Specifically, how much was he with Dominique and Nathan?
I guess kind of from the top, because I wasn't there, I know they asked you these questions, but if you could give me kind of a brief rundown, how you met Cody, how long you guys been together?
We met at a recovery camp out, and we just hit it off. And he asked my number. He was still in treatment, so we just like talked on the phone. Pretty much again one day, and that day I got pregnant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was pretty fast.
Okay.
He got out of treatment, moved into an auction house, and then 7 months of me being pregnant, he moved in with me and my mom. And then after we moved into the place that we're at now, well, we were at 19 and then we moved to 2.
Okay.
So almost 2 years we've been together.
All right. And in your relationship with Cody, what is Cody like? What's he about?
He's usually a very happy, like chill person, a great dad, and he loves our kids. Like that's his kid, in his eyes.
Oh,
But he has his moments where he just is
all
like
right, mate. Yeah,
his down.
I'm watching
He's struggled with that his whole life.
police
But
interrogations
he's
on
never got on
YouTube.
medicine because he doesn't want to be a zombie. He says,
You think it's like depression?
I'm trying to deal with it, bro, the best I can,
Yeah.
but thanks for that, yeah.
something in his head. I don't know.
I'm supposed to be watching a movie with my brother, but he's not back yet, so I'm just watching a couple of
Yeah,
things.
Accusing me of cheating on him when I'm like home all day with your kids. I cook, I clean, I take care of the house. Like,
Oh, fucking hell, I'm absolutely bollocks to you, Pablo.
just like thinking like I'm being sneaky or thinking that everybody's
I'm watching.
him or people are talking about him. Just like that, and it just gets worse and
I've
worse.
accepted it now.
Kind of spiral.
You know, like
Yeah, like this last month.
it's the hardest pill I've had to swallow for many years, but
Has there ever been any prior periods where he was like that?
it's
No,
probably
this is
for
like
the
worst
best,
it's got.
you
Like,
know.
Has there ever been, I know that there was a call.
It's ripped me apart, bro, so I'm just trying my best just to cope with it, you know. I've accepted it now that I'm second best, and I'm nobody's second best, bro.
Has there ever been any?
You know, it just hurts, you know, because I thought
he drank like a whole fit. And like
that was me happily ever after, and it's just deflated me, bro.
I think. Yeah. But no, he usually
Like,
he doesn't ever
I've
tell
never
me
felt
nothing.
so humiliated or degraded in my life, and
It's just
I let it happen,
Set it off or what? Like, why
you
did
know.
something like that?
no. I think him getting arrested the last
I
time.
let it happen, you know. I blame myself, like, you know, and
the
I.
last 2 weeks it's just been like
But I see my grandson today. It's like, you know, and it made me realise that I have people that depend on me. But last night, silly thoughts were going through my head. I cried myself asleep last night, Pablo.
when you know like when you love somebody and you like look
I
at
woke
them,
up at
like,
3
you know,
o'clock and I'd forgot where I was,
that person's fine.
you know.
And he would, even you can ask my mom, like you look at him and it's just like nothing. Like he's
Like,
not there.
I've collapsed a few times in the last few months, bro, and this is just too much for me to handle.
Probably.
You know what drugs he uses?
I guess
You
he
know.
started after he got arrested. I guess he used it. I know that the other day I had Arcanum in the car.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you see him in jail?
I mean, it was like sitting, he was like slumped over, it was like in his lap.
Yeah. No, I know, bro. It's just like in hindsight, it's like, you know, it's
And I was
like
like, why is he not coming back? You know,
I just never thought it happened, like, you know.
inside the car, and he was just
I never had trust
laying
issues
down there, and she's
before,
like,
but
"Oh,
now, well, I had, and I got over them,
I'm narking him, gonna wake
and
up,
it's like,
cold water on him,
I wish I didn't see the messages I seen yesterday.
like,
I really do.
What the
But
F indeed? The domestic violence incident
I'm
the
glad I
family is
know
referencing
now,
occurred
you
on
know,
Tuesday,
rather than being,
just 4 days before Nathan was shot and killed.
someone's
When
second
neighbors
best.
heard Dominique and Cody
You
screaming,
know, bro,
they
I'm
called law
nobody's second
enforcement,
best,
who
Pablo.
arrived at the home and
You
found
know,
clear evidence the two hadn't just been
I'm a
yelling,
man,
they
and
had put their hands on each other. Cody was held in jail.
I
for a
held
month,
on
but
till the
police
end,
didn't
Pablo,
provide
and
evidence that he
when
was
your
the sole
partner is
instigator of the
chatting to someone
altercation.
else and doesn't
But
want you
while
there,
Cody was sitting in a jail cell,
and
Nathan
wants
was at
her
his
ex to
home,
be there
comforting
rather than you,
Dominique in his
so.
absence.
Or do you guys live together?
Well, shout out to God,
Last week, or the week
because,
before last, I went to jail.
like
I
I
was
said,
drunk,
it's been a
and
rough
I got
fucking
addicted.
day,
That's
me
why.
and
Oh, you did?
yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
Is that when the police were over there?
yes,
Like Milwaukee police, I think?
yeah, yeah.
Like,
So since then, you've been
you
staying
can't
together?
make someone love you, you know.
We don't have no contact where we're still family,
Yeah.
you know, I'm just not allowed at the apartments. So,
I'm watching,
yeah,
You
I,
still have the line.
I have a choice, like I can watch anything on here, you know, it's like,
What do you have at the other residences?
nothing.
basically, dumbest killer couple who think they got away with murder, but was fucking on their Snapchat, you know.
At moms or at aunts, and you know, they just go.
Like, you think you can outsmart the police? Anything you delete can be taken back, you know, up to 6 years. Hello.
Yeah, I've been
Uh,
recovery, I just slipped
Look, I suppose this is normal to feel this way, you know.
It's a outpatient treatment program, and I just went there this morning actually.
Yeah, well, rather than argue in front of me little man, I'd sooner walk away, you know.
Counseling therapist.
I've had to do it before, and it broke me.
I'm on medical leave from work right now for 30 days. Yeah.
Well, I'll soldier on as best as I can. That's all I can do.
What does that have to do with David? What's going on?
Well, you just said that you relapsed recently.
Well, I went to jail, you know, I was stressful. Yeah.
Shout out to Pablo, and your ma.
No, it was just alcohol.
And you struggle with drugs and
Yeah,
alcohol?
but it's not every day you see on fucking other men chatting to your missus, and you see it on their phone, and then they try to downplay it and turn it around and blame you, and then say they're gonna go and hurt themselves on the canal because you busted them. What do you want me to do, you know? So things happen for a reason. I couldn't be more heartbroken than I am, and I'm just trying to swallow it as best as I can. Well, Pablo, I've accepted it now. You know, I've accepted that, like, somebody who I thought loved me has done everything in their power to break me,
yeah, he was with us, we went,
degrade me,
went to
humiliate me, deflate me.
then we went back to my mom's.
Was he with you all day?
Most of the day, he got into a fight, and he dropped me and the kids off.
Physical,
And then he
mental
came back,
abuse.
I don't know, like half hour later, no,
Uh,
you know. I know he
well, I
was not-
appreciate it. Like I said, I wish I wish I didn't feel so down. I wish I could erase yesterday from my memory, but I can't.
He left and came back, and then we went and got McDonald's and went to my mom's. So then we were there all night. Was awful.
When you try help people and they shit on you,
And you don't know when that was.
you know, and especially what's been going on with me the last few months, I'm not very fucking well, you know. And like I said, I had to ring my brothers yesterday just to come and get me and take me out of there, you know, and I'm glad I left.
Crazy as heck, assuming shit, thinking.
You know, I could have waken up with a bleeding charge today, you know, so lucky enough I didn't, you know. It's like, well, a man can be pushed and pushed and pushed, and then you break.
It's separation anxiety.
Yeah,
How did he see that day? He said,
fine, yeah,
awful.
I mean,
Hopefully, you know.
fine, I guess,
Like the last few months has been torture for me, you know. Like, uh, like I'll give you an example, right? Now, like for instance, this happened a few months ago, you know. It's my uncle that I was supposed to be the next generation of soldier in my family, my mum's family. But I made a lot of bad choices in my life. And because of that, right, you know, sick drinking tea. Yeah, look, I have a spaceship for a kettle. Watch. Hang on a minute, just fucking. You know, I've not had one thing to eat all day. I can't even eat. You know what I mean? Uh, Look, fucking hurts. I tell you that, man. It looks like I'm watching a movie. I think I'm me Jack Jones. I don't know what I'm doing with myself, you know. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I go, look at here, look at fucking ET phone home. Look, get up out of that. Boo, 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 boo. Oops. Pablo, listen. This is the Peace Garden. So Lee Marvin Hitchman has agreed to come and to do a podcast right there and right there. That'll be interesting. You know, look, this is the Peace Garden. Look. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, shit. Yeah, just sitting over there saying, hello, how are you doing? No, I've not spoke to him today, but he said he's going to come see me, you know. I've a lot of time for Lee, you know, so yeah, I'll finish this what I started, you know. It's like, you know, like I said, things would be a lot worse. I could have waken up in a cell this morning, and I didn't. I've already been living in a cell for the last so many months. So it's like I said, it's going to take a long time for me to get over this. But Pablo, Lee has reached out to me and he said, bro, why didn't you tell me you were meeting Aaron on the canal fishing? And I said, well, I've never seen you with a rod in your hand. I've not seen Scott for a couple of weeks, but I think or about a week or I'm a bit more, where's Chopper gone? You know, like, people are dropping everywhere, aren't they? We fucked the World Cup up, Pablo, already, and it's hardly begun. You know, if you can't be Armenia, you are fucked. You know, 250 in the world, and we can't even beat them. You know, we're dreadful at football. You know, the course of the Irish were fucking unlucky. I don't ever know who said that. The Irish are lucky. Fucking lucky about us. I've never even won fucking 50 quid in a scratch card with your fuck off out of that. Lucky. More fucking unlucky. Or better for worse. Mine was for worse. I know, that's crazy. Like, I understand though, Pablo, because everyone's arguing. Everybody wants to be a tough guy, you know, and eat themselves like that chocolate. Like Fred May, sorry. I believe you're going to be in the movie. You know, what movie? Like, a lot of these guys are fake hungry Neanderthals. uneducated. Like, you know,
Is your dad?
there's a lot of Amadons on YouTube, you know, and it is what it is, I suppose.
Yeah, my dad's in West Texas.
You know,
I
I
don't know
know.
ability, but
I'd be honest with you, Pablo, I wouldn't fight him, you know. Like, I'd say he hits hard, you know. It's like, but he keeps that head, he comes in with the head, man, uppercut, right through the middle. You'd have to keep your distance with him. He's a big fella, and I wouldn't like a belt off him, you know. I wouldn't like to fight with him, bro. You understand? Like, like I said, yeah, it's the same with fucking Flash Gordon. Do I like him? No. Do I respect him? No. I'd sooner fight Decker Heggie than Brett May. I reckon I'd have a better chance against Flash Gordon. You know, but like I said, fighting's for tough guys, you know, and it's not for me. You know, I like watching it, and I like when two men have a fight and then they shake on it, you know, like men, you know, like a western. I come here for a fucking shootout. What, you think you're Fanny Craddock? What's that? It's a tool. What you gonna do with that? Bake me a fucking cake? Fuck off out of my way. I come here for a fucking shootout, okay? That's what he said, the shootout. Just like in a western. Fuck off, get out of my way. You know, and that's how crazy these cunts are. You know, a fucking, you know, hey, two twins walk, hey, a certified psychopath walks in the bar with two axes in his hand like that. Look, fuck off out of my way, you slag. You know the way the Cockneys talk, like I take the piss, you know. You fucking slag, like my brother Mark, right? You know Dave Courtney, right? Rest in peace to him, you know. I remember talking to him one night. I was on a podcast with him, right? Well, not a podcast, I was on a channel with him. And I remember Dan fucked the live up that night, but I never spoke to the man at the time. I knew who Dave Courtney was, just never had any kind of conversation with him, what have you. I'd seen a few things on TV about him, and obviously he arranged the Craze funeral and stuff like that, you know, and it's like, he's telling a story, right, where he was in prison and he said Charlie Bronson was a few doors down, you know, and he's like, Charlie, Courtney, you slag. Can you imagine hearing that? You know, coming from Charlie Bronson, Courtney, you slag. That's what he called him. You know. You know, free Charlie Bronson, free Ireland. You know, that man, I truly believe he's institutionalized. And you know what a stream is, Pablo, right? I watched the documentary, right? And he said he wants to live in a caravan on the edge of the cliffs of Dover with his dog. You know, a simple man's dream. You know, it's like he said, if the parole board lets me out, I'm going to get a caravan. I'm going down to Devon with me dog and live at large, reading some of me fan mail. You know, like the man, he's never murdered anybody. You know, like he robbed the post office and ended up getting nicked for it, and then he was in and out of jail, and he ended up fighting with the guards and the screws and taking governors hostage. And you know, it's like, I don't think they'll ever let him out, because I believe, thanks for coming in, Lou, I appreciate it. I believe Charlie is institutionalized. He's probably one of the fittest men in the prison system. he's hard as nails, and the public love him. You know, he's loved all over the world. You know, he didn't murder anybody. You know, he went out and he robbed the post office and a jeweler's just to get his queen a big ring. And he come home with a big diamond ring, and you know, she said, I'm marrying someone else. Yeah, I'm marrying someone else. But like I said, the character, you know, and the British public love a rogue, you know, and I truly believe that if he got out, he'd get nicked that day. You know, he'd get nicked that day. You know, like, cause all he wanted was to be loved, you know, and he didn't believe in hitting a woman. Men don't do that, right? And I admire some of his characteristics. You know, he's a man's man. He oozes man. He's prehistoric. Thanks, bro. Well, I appreciate that, mate. Thanks. Yeah, I don't feel like an inspiration. I feel like a sucker. I feel like a fool. Like I've been conned at the level. I can't just walk away from this. You know. I love me son and I miss him already. And I can't do anything that's gonna get me into trouble or arrested, cause I know people are only waiting for me to fuck up again and they're gonna nick me. And that's what I have to live with. And if that's what love gives you, fuck love, I don't want it. I'm staying single and I'm gonna try work on myself. You know, focus on me for a change. I'm not getting any younger and I don't feel well in myself, and this has just derailed me. So, you know, people treat you the way you allow them to treat you. And my ma used to say that, you know. You know, I thought, like, you know, my life was changing. You know, I love this person that much. I even went and got my teeth done, and, you know, because I was thinking of all the photographs we'd have together, you know, and being able to smile again. I got all my gnashers yanked down my head for me missus, so I could smile in photos. Do you ever watch? Uh, do you ever watch them interrogations? Okay, right. So I watch a lot of interrogations, yeah, and I learned a bit about the read technique, right? And FBI profilers use it. It's psychology, right? And I know a lot about psychology. Piggy, I appreciate it. You're not the same Piggy that locked me in a phone box years ago with 4 of your mates. Was that you? Are you the same Piggy from Manchester that had chased for a bat? That's not you by any chance, is it? If it's you, I seen you at my neighbours a few years ago and I mentioned it to you. A lad named Piggy. It's probably not the same one, but you know, he locked me in a phone box once. You know, wrapped a rope around it. I couldn't get out of it, you know what I mean? I was fucking fuming, the bastards. They locked me in a phone box and went around it with a fucking rope. So I couldn't get out.
Where's that phone, bro?
It's on top. It's upstairs on the banister.
On the banister, yeah.
Yeah, just line across like that. Yeah. Fuck off! Get off me! Get off
You
me!
motherfucker, you!
You young motherfucker.
You stinky horse, maroon smell motherfucker, you.
Oh, don't get me started.
And I told him I'm not. Yeah, I told him I'm not bringing nothing to you. If you want it, you can come get it because he's not living on the property.
It's like, you know, my brothers, like, you know, you've really tried to cheer me up today, you know, because, you know, I'm heartbroken, you know.
He left. He came back.
Oh, excuse me, I'm going to have a cup of tea. Anyone? Never mind. How are you, Ash? Hey, that's a personal question. Biz your own minus. That's mind your own business backwards. Biz your own minus. No, he's never been in prison. He's not a scallywag like me. Isn't it? You what? I fucking swear down, I left it on where you go up the banister and I said, bro, I left it. Nah, look, I swear down, look, here.
1 second, it might be. I
Yeah,
might
it's,
have put it in the room or something, but.
no, bro, 100%, because I come up and I said, bro, and you said this is your second phone. So I left it right there, I swear down. Right here. Even ring that motherfucker. Ring that motherfucker.
Right, phone my. You're on live, innit?
Yeah.
Right, phone my phone on messenger, bro, please.
Might ring. Oh, I've got it. Right,
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah, fucker. Thanks for coming in, Piggy. So I was supposed to watch a movie with my brother, a Marvel movie. Now he might come home with a bit of chicken and what have you, you know, a few chips and like so. Somebody asked me to go on their StreamYard earlier on, Jay, and it's like I went into Finn's channel. I always go and say hello to Finn. I've a lot of time for Finn, and he's helped me out today. You know, it's like, have any of you seen anything you'd recommend on Netflix or Disney or anything? I have like a few things to choose from, so just to occupy my mind, you know. I'm gonna watch something. But if any of you have seen anything that's over an 8. Let us know, cause it's like I might just bang a movie on, but I don't know what to watch. You know. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go out and I'm going to have a smoke in the garden. My peace garden. Well, like I said, guess who's back? Look, it's like spaceships. Look, fucking, look at. Let there be light, you bastard, you. So we're going over there for a cigarette. And like I said, look at the lights. Like, you know, it's like, look, it's fucking, you know, they're meant to be mood lights. They're meant to cheer me up. Hey. Hey, Emma, you big babbles, you. Do, 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 do. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Let there be light, you fucking light bastard. Yeah, so we're gonna go out there, have a cigarette. Hang on 1 second. Bam, 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 bam. Oh. Bam, 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 bam. It's a UFO. UFO. Oh, fuck. I don't like the dark. But I tell you one thing, man. The last 24 hours has been the biggest head fuck for me, you know. Like, I'm thinking this, I'm thinking that. I'm thinking all sorts. You know, fuck's sake, where's that milk you got? 1 sec. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll bang a movie on. So right, so we're gonna bang a movie on. Now, I don't know what genre I'm gonna go for. I might pick a horror. You know, saying that, yeah, I've already had horrors, you know. Well, I'm a bit of a horror myself. Fucking hell. Yeah. I've turned into everything. Fucking hell. Oh, kidding me. Hang on a minute. Come here, give me a blouse. Right. Now, so, like I said, I have a target here, though, so here's my plan, okay? Right, the plan is to go in the garden and have a fucking smoke, right? Cigarette. Not weed, cigarette. Because it's like, it's only adding to me anxiety, so I'm having a cigarette. You know. Fun, bro. Fun. You know, every night we had a light show. We had blue lights. We had blue lights and we had blue lights. Is that fucking Jude again, is it? Look at him. You need to get that bastard off this estate. You know, with all the other little bowsies. Myself, Harpo, Snuggles. You know, Andy Freddle. You know, loads of the Moonies. You know, all Deco, Snuggles. Fucking great. It's like, you know, we had great times. You know, I grew up with a lot of tough lads. Well, I lived in Fatima as a kid. Dizzy. Oh, Dizzy, yeah, Fatima Mansions as a kid. My brothers and sister died in 1979 because I lit a match and I got out and they got burned to death. Yeah, it destroyed me mother, it did. You know, fucking hell, like imagine going out to get nappies in the morning. At the time, like there was a shop van in the flats and me ma went out just to get nappies for me little sister and I heard the door. So I woke up and went into the kitchen, found a box of matches, got the matches, went back in, lit a fire under the fucking bed. There's only 4. The whole flat went up. You know, me hair was on fire. I tried to get out from under the bed, man. And the first thing I seen was a milk crate in the hall and God guided me to it. I turned it upside down and tried to open the door, and when I got a gap, I was blown onto the balcony. We had a gas fire, you know, one of them, and it blew me onto the balcony, like, you know. Yeah. Well, that's the way I see it, you know what I mean? Getting me man there repatriated last year, or whenever, like, you know, it was hard for me, you know. Bro, I live in England, you know. I have done for 30 years, you know. I got out of Mountjoy at 21 and I come to the UK 30 years ago. September and all. It's this month and all, it's mad. Growing up in Ballier was great. All the lads, you know, that I grew up with, some of them aren't here anymore. You know, some have died in car crashes. Some have took overdoses. Some have been murdered. You know, like I said, a few killed in car crashes. A few executed. Like, I remember seeing a few of my mates how they were left, and I seen a few of them in the morgue as well. You see, in Ireland, it's like we have this thing where we bring the body home and let you stay there for one more night. In Ireland, you're buried in 3-4 days. In the UK, it takes like 2 weeks. How are you, Andy? Yeah, it's different in England. In Ireland, you're in the ground in 3 or 4 days. In England, it's different. It takes a little bit longer, you know. We celebrate our dead, you know. But in the UK, it's like 2 weeks. It's like I remember when my dad died on the 29th of December 2013. I got a phone call at 2:15 in the morning to say my dad had just died. I went up to his hospital bed, and you know what? His Christmas presents were there, and he didn't even open one of them. They were all put in a transparent bag with a tag and a name on it. You know, he died wearing Man City colours. You know, I had it up in my studio. I'm gonna take everything down and what have you, and yeah, return it to the way it was before I went there. You know, I don't need a studio. I have it in my head. It's here. This is my studio. Let there be light, you fucking cunt. I'm like a fucking Nazi in the night. Fuck up. Fucking headache, man. You know, I've got a banging fucking headache, you know. Oh, Jesus Christ, right, that's me for the night. Excuse me, yeah, I'm just gonna watch something on TV. I know. Like I said, me head, it's just like it's doing cartwheels at the minute, Pablo. I'm overthinking things, you know. Well, I have a mate who come over here the same time as me, right? And he's a season ticket holder at Chelsea. He has his own box. His name is Chris Shannon. He called the son Jude after me because I saved his life. He called the son Jude after me because I saved his life. He come to England, I give him somewhere to stay, and he fucked me over. But as an apology, he called the son Jude, you know. Right. When we go in, like I said, I'm just fucking watching something on tele. You know, it's like I'm glad I have the Netflix there. I have everything I want on it. You know, or Disney or Prime or fucking. So I'm lucky. Like, just imagine I had nowhere to go. You know, it's like, you know, I would have having to ask me daughter, can I stay there? Hey, Callie. I started this project on the 5th of February 2023, and by the 25th of December 2025 I'll have gone past 5,000 subs. Now, you'll start to notice more people coming into me chat in the morning time. So I'm 18 subs away from 4K, and I'll hit that in the next day or so. The next 2 days. I'll do a live in the morning about 7:30. for 2.5 hours, which 2,000 people are watching an hour, I'll end up hitting 4,000 tomorrow night. There's a few people that want to do a few things with me, so I'm gonna have a bit extra time on my hands, so I'm gonna use it to finish this. Last night I was thinking about buying drugs. You know, it's like, and you know what? I've resisted. That's the power of God, you know. You know, I can't let it derail me, you know. My grandson come to visit me today. You know, my kids, fair play to them, you know. They're worried about me. I didn't mention it to them, but my brother did. You know, your dad's in tatters down here, so my daughter come up today. Bro, I have a son, 31-year-old, of a 28-year-old daughter called seeee. It means freedom in Irish. Freedom. Freedom here and freedom here. Don't get me wrong, my freedoms come at a price. A broken heart. But it's soon I know now, the woman that claims to love me. Yeah, well, them text messages I seen on your phone yesterday tells me different. But it's my own fault. My partner doesn't love me. She told me to go yesterday and I was boring. And chose her ex over me. That's what's wrong, bro. But it is what it is. You know, I'm trying to accept the fact that it's over. I can't let anyone cheat on me and treat me that way. I don't deserve it. I'm not perfect. I'm on me Maz. I'm back home, bro. So I'm sat here overthinking, watching TV. It's like having a cup of tea. I'm back where I belong. You know, I'm back at my mum's. You know, look at, yeah, let there be light, you fucking bastard. There's the garden, look. You like it. See that? I'm gonna do a podcast with Leo here. He's already agreed to it, so it's just a matter of time. I'll have Lee Marvin Hitchman sat there, and I'll have Aaron sat there, and I'll be here, and we'll have a chat, and I think it'll be a good one. You know, I think it'd be a good podcast. You know, having getting the two Manchester lads here. You know, Lee has helped me a lot. You know, without Lee, I wouldn't have these teeth in me head. You know, I left me other set at home, me bottom. Well, sorry, at least it's not my home.
Dominique still seems to think that she's clear. If she tells police everything she knows, then she's completely and totally absolved of all the crime. But if you've watched even 5 minutes of true crime, you know that's not how things go. Dominique's about to find that out because police have one very
well, he's a lot of time for me, Pablo, for some reason, you know, and the feeling's mutual, you know. I get along with Lee, you know, and he's been on every podcast you could want to go on as a content creator, like Sean Atwood, James English Lad Bible. His book Born in Prison is like its next level, because if you've been to prison before, see Lee, it was an occupational hazard. Lee was the guy that he got to go bully the bully. Okay, you understand? And Lee's a tall guy, and I'd imagine he's strong. And I'd imagine if he gripped hold of you and kicked that cell door, you're fucked. Like, I had an incident 30 years ago in prison where a family put a hit on me, wanted me dead. No names, the Hutches and the Mitchells, allegedly. You know, but they fucking missed. You know, if they had a sending 3 Lee Marvins to my cell, I was dead. Compromised. I'd have been swinging. And they'd have making it look like a suicide. The governor would have signed it off as a suicide. You know. Hey, they wanted me dead. True story, that. And I survived it. Don't ask me how. You know, with the power of a few Republicans on my side. One of me best friends, big brother, rest in peace to Sam McGuire, and young Martin Cal, saved my bacon. Nobody, you know, because of who his uncle was. You know, Martin Cal, known as fuck with his nephew, and his nephew helped me stay safe in jail. You know, fair play to him. Like at the time, some of the most notorious people were in and out of jail. You know, and you, like I said, okay, so I grew up in an estate with a certain family, and his brother, or whatever, his relation, was married to one of my mate's sisters. You know, lads I sat in school with, you know. So all my life growing up, I just happened to be around a lot of fucking serious people. You know, it's like, and when you're involved in all that shit, you look up to the wrong people. You know, like a lot of fucking Jesus. Like, I have friends at home that done 20, 25 years. You know, I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could handle it. You know, a life sentence, not getting out. Like, that's scary in itself, you know. Like, a lot of the lads I palled around with back home, like, it's like, did you make a laugh for prison? You know, I'm like, it's fucking crazy though. You know, it's like, I can't imagine being in one of them cat egg holes like Wakefield or Dartmoor or... Nah, bro, yeah. May as well have in that way, you know. What shit happens, bro? All we can do is deal with it, you know. I could have dealt with it a different way, but it's like, you know, I don't want to get into any trouble, you know. And the way I see it is, Belmarsh, I tell you what, it looks rough. A lot of IRA went there years ago, didn't he? Hey, come here. Can anybody tell me if it's the same jail? Right? Have any of you ever seen In the Name of the Father about Jerry Conlon and his daddy Giuseppe? You know, they were innocent men. You know, it's like when you're in a jail like that, right, there's always a head guy, right? And at the time, there was a geezer called Ronnie Smalls in the jail, right? And this geezer come in, Joe McAndrew, okay? And in it, he was the one that planted the Guildford bomb. He told them, I planted this bomb, that bomb, and the Guildford pub bombing. You've got innocent men in jail. I did it. But he couldn't admit the fact that they fucked up. You know, like they took a witness statement off Charlie Bird, whatever his name was, Charlie Bird, I think. And he was an old man, you know, a down and out, a desolate man who'd come over to England many years ago and ended up becoming an alcoholic on the street, you know, and Jerry Conlon, I think it's Paul Hill. They were sitting on the bench and this guy come over and he goes, "You can't spare a wee bit of change, could you, lads?" And they hadn't even enough for chips, fish and chips between them. So whatever change they had, they give it to him, you know, to get a drink, you know. And what's that copper's name? It'll come to me in a minute. Oh, what was the copper's name? Dixon. Chief Inspector Dixon took a statement of Charlie Burke, and why was it not to be shown to the defence? You know, they had a statement to say, yeah. You know, but they couldn't admit it. The British establishment could not. It's a miscarriage of justice. That's what it is. That's what it was. A miscarriage of justice. You know, they knew that they were innocent. They knew they had innocent men in jail, but they couldn't admit it to the British public. You know. You know. I heard he's a bit, there's a few hard men in jails in England, you know. I'll be honest with you, there's some of them that are fucking huge. Like, if you look at the size of fucking, what's his name, Paul Venus, I tell you what, I wouldn't like a smack off him. The fucking size of that cunt, I wouldn't like a dig off him. Oh, fuck, that'd break your face. The size of his hand's like my fucking head, it's huge. You wouldn't want a clout off him. I know, Pablo, but still and all, I wouldn't like a bang off him, you know. Like the other night, I seen a thing Sam Walker shared about John Venables. So I shared it, you know, because that bastard, it's like the government and the powers that be that are protecting cunts like that, child killers, giving them new identities and fucking all that shit, you know. And so anytime I got a warning the other day for sharing it, you know, I got told on, you know. Well, like I said, I still wouldn't like a fucking dig on him. You know what I mean? He's a big boned fucker. I'd say he hits hard. You know. Don't get me wrong. The fella I'd arrested in that mental health facility was bigger than him. And I put him on his back with a bang of a microwave in the head. I was going for a hat trick. He had a hematoma the size of a cereal bowl on his head. I remember when Joanna Jurczyk fought Wei Li and her forehead swelled up. She had a big hematoma on her head. And it was like, oh man, I hit him with a microwave because he wouldn't let one of the girls' staff go. You don't you don't put your hand on a woman, and I warned them, and I hit him with a microwave twice. You know, I could have, like, popping his head like a zip. Allegedly. No, but like I said, a trigger, you know. I could see me dad hitting me mum. You know, I fucking don't like that. I don't like men that hit women. I don't drink, cause drink turns men into women beaters. Just as well I don't drink, I'd be up for murder. Allegedly. Apparently. But like I said, I have 4 children, 2 grandchildren, nephews, brothers, sisters. People that love me, you know. like me kids, you know, they know what I'm like. And it's hurt them that I've been treated this way, you know. It's really upset them because they're worried about me, you know what I mean, bro? Well, I've seen a couple of documentaries about Paul Sykes, and he's a fucking scout, tough guy. You know, I'll tell you who I liked. I watched the documentary. What's his name? What's that fella's name? Sean, is it? He owned a gym. And I remember there was a documentary, and some fella was selling jukes in the gym. And he grabbed him, he said, "Hey, you, I want $1,000 off you. And I want $1,000 off you. Selling junk in my fucking garage. Yup. Do you understand? Crack job, man." The next day, the fella had fucked off. Like, he's a real tough guy, that Paul Sykes, bro. Them scousers don't fuck about. You know, they put heavy pressure on them. You understand? Yes, Jerry. Putting heavy pressure on the English man. Remember that? In the name of the Father. You know, my man's missus had his jigsaw dipped in LSD. We've been dropping the British Empire for the last 3 months, man. Yes, Jerry. You alright, man? English boy is under heavy pressure. Giuseppe's dead, man. Oh, man. In jail when somebody dies, that's what they do. Know what I mean? Light a piece of paper, man. And I think, now I could be wrong, but you know that movie In the Name of the Father, was that set in Belmarsh prison? I've never been there, but I believe it's a fucking hellhole, bro. Strange-way was the worst prison until riots changed it. I remember years ago. I know, bro, and I try my best to put my family over everything. How are you, Fred? You know, but love is a weakness, and when you love somebody and you find out that they've been chatting to people behind your back about you, making a joke about it, and kisses on texts and all this behaviour, you know. Shooting me wouldn't hurt as bad, you know. But it's okay, because I know this time there's no going back, and I didn't do it. So, yeah. Move tight, new day. You know, tomorrow's a new day, like I've been praying all day to me mother. Crying fucking half the day. You know, I've not even had a piece of toast today. You know. But what I'm going to do is, what time are we on? It's 20 to 10, right, guys? I'm going to end me live in 5. And then I'm going to watch a documentary and get me quilt from upstairs and me pillow.
At this point in Dominique's interrogation, Cody's probably already fast asleep in his jail cell.
Let me get me pillow.
His legal counsel, who he will be talking with soon, because like an experienced criminal, he asks for a lawyer. Dominique, however, clearly still doesn't realize what's going on.
Mama, I'm coming home. Oh, bollocks. Shit. Guys, you're gonna have to wait a second now. Don't go off, right? I'm gonna end me live, guys. Thanks for coming in, and thanks for your nice messages today. I'm sorry I've been so low today and down, but, you know, I'm human, and I have feelings, and tough guys don't cry. Well, then I'm definitely not a tough guy. As you can see, This is me bed. MTV Cribs, this is me bed for tonight. But I'll have a new bed tomorrow. Me brother went out and paid for me new bed today. You know what I mean? So I'll pray a bit more before I go to sleep, you know what I mean? And pray that this is all a big fucking dream. And I'm gonna wake up any second. You know, like, I'm 51 years old and I've realised that I'm not good enough for the person that I want to be with. Because if that person loved me, there's no way they would be chatting to other people behind me back and doing everything in their power to degrade me, to embarrass me, to trigger me into doing something that I could get into trouble for. But I'm not gonna do fuck all, you know. I'm just gonna try to get on with me life. I have a mental health evaluation on Friday, me 94th one, and I could end up going in for 28 days. I'm gonna try to do anything to avoid that. If that means having to take me medication again, so be it. I'm not going back into hospital. You know, I have me family around me at the minute, so I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for coming in, guys. Listen, I'm less than fucking 16 subs away from 4,000. If you're not subbed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you did, because I'm getting closer to 4,000 and I'm gonna, thanks bro. Like I said, I'm gonna, now I have a bit of time on my hands. Lee Marvin Hitchman has said, Jude, I want to do a podcast with you at your mum. So I said, come on down, the prices are right. I won't even charge you. Like I said, Lee has helped me so much. Look at, bro, thanks for subbing to me channel. Like I said, I'm human at the end of the day, you know what I mean? And I hurt the same as anybody else, you know. And from here out, it's damage limitation, you know. Like, the less damage, the better.
Because you've invoked your right to an attorney, that's not.
You know, like,
That's okay.
I never thought, like, someone I loved would treat me this way and then threaten to ring the police and stand in our ex's way and play happy families and go shopping with each other, and like it's acceptable. Here comes my brother. But anyway, I'm away. Good night, and I'll see you all. Pablo, thanks for your support, yeah. Guys, thanks everybody for coming in. Mr. Paoli, Fred, thanks for coming in. Double R, thanks for coming in. Who else? Mr. Andy Kane, thanks very much. Callie, thanks for coming in. Mr. Dizzle, God bless you. It's like, and I'll see you all tomorrow, guys, yeah. And thanks for your kind words. I'm gonna get up on me and watch something on telly, yeah, because I'm fucking bollocksed. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for coming in, guys. Good night and God bless you all. You too, DJ and Finn. Like I said, I'll do a live tomorrow about 8 o'clock. I'm gonna send Lee Marvin Hitchman a message tomorrow. If Annie is Finn, if Lee is in your live and you see him or speak to him tomorrow before I do, tell him we'll go ahead and do this podcast. I'm gonna try get Aaron over, Aztec Media, and get the two Manchester lads in front of me, and we'll talk football, politics, recovery, relapse, triggers, loyalty, infidelity. Well, maybe we leave that part out. Like I said, I've faced it now. It's like, so tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and I'm just gonna focus on myself. Cause obviously when you put someone first and they put someone else first, the decision's already been made. So I'd like to say good night. We are out. I'm a survivor, not a fucking mate.